All right, so this is the final session before the lunch. So this is kind of a different session. We all walk you through how the process before arriving in the UK, your studies and things like that. So what is after your studies and your life in the UK and the new horizon. So I'm pretty sure you won't find this content in most of the agencies or even on the web. So we need to give you this new information. The reason being, as Harsha was saying, even as an international student, when you go through that journey, after 5 years, 10 years period, you want to know what your life is really and what are the financial goals you can achieve, what are the social status, the advantages of this great journey ahead of you. Because most of the people, they ended up having the average life, average salaries. So these insights won't come from them. So we want to share what is this new world and how to think out of the box. People tell you every time think out of the box, but they never tell you what is this world out of the box. So this presentation is all about that. So before starting, I want to ask everyone, you might have spoken to your friends and you might have done some online research about part-time work and things like that. So what is your guess, the average annual income in the UK? Any guesses? An average annual income of an employee? 28,000. Okay, close enough. Any other? 30 to 40. Okay, that's good. Yeah, so according to the recent survey by the Office of National Statistics in the UK, the average annual salary is close to 35,000 pounds. So if you do the math, you multiply this by 400 rupees, then you will get how much a person can earn average per annum. All right. So this is with limited to no qualifications. But today, my objective is, and our objective as the Prosper Global Education is not to teach you again how to end up being this average person. We want you to target at least 3 times, which means a 6-figure salary or 100,000 pounds. This is not in rupees. We are talking about pound salary, 100,000 or above. Once you complete this is not going to happen overnight. I have to be really honest. This is not going to happen the day you go there. It is not going to happen soon after completing your master's. However, if you complete your 2 years BRP and if you are in the correct path, 6-figure salary, which is $100,000 minimum, 100,000 pounds per year minimum would not be an issue. I will go through the slide deck with some statistics and you will understand how possible this is and how practical this is. So we all actually want you to be in that position rather than staying being an average employee or being an average student. So education, qualifications and earnings, according to the same research, they shown the workers with a master's or a bachelor's qualification, they earn 113% more than those who have no qualification, which means with a bachelor's or a master, without a bachelor's or master's, they cannot go up to this level. However, since you all are going at least for a top-up degree or for a master's, you all have the potential to earn 113% more than a person like that. Now, what does this mean? So we are talking about the financial benefits because I put more focus on the financial aspect because, to be really honest, that is what most people are going overseas, right? You want a better life, and part of that, your wealth matters. So when we are talking about wealth, finance is number one. So graduates earn more than a non-graduate, as I explained in the previous slide. And over the working lifetime, graduates better off 130,000 pounds over a full working lifetime. So this is a research done by the Institute of Fiscal Studies in the UK back in 2020. So 4 years ago. So this data is very new. Now, the returns as graduates, those are high returns, and there are some opportunities which you can not ended up at 100,000 as I said, but up to 500,000 pounds or above. These are not basic jobs, these are very specialized subject areas. Some of you are already going for that, so that's why I want to emphasize on this. And those who are not going for those specialized areas, still you can target these high income. So we will go through this and we'll let you know what are the options. So now you might be thinking, when I'm talking about 100,000, from your mind you are calculating, multiplying that by 400,000, and then it will ended up some 40 million or some Sri Lankan rupees, and you might be thinking, oh, this guy might be shooting numbers, right? But that's not the case. So according to the recent 2024 Hayes Salary Recruitment and Trends Guide, so Hayes is actually one of the largest multinational companies based in the UK. Not only in the UK, they are working in 35 countries, if I'm not mistaken, and they are one of the largest recruitment consultants in the world. So according to their trends and guidelines, these are some statistics which I want to share with you. So this is in the IT sector. Most of you are going for the management information systems or IT or something related to that. So if you look at the bottom, head of IT 100,000, ERP managers 101,000, all the way up until 200,000 or even above. So a CISO, like a chief information system officer, security officer, you can go beyond 200,000 pounds or above per annum. So these are not my numbers, these are from Hayes, which is a reputed global company with over 50 years of experience. Similarly, if we look at another industry, so you can see this is the finance, banking and finance, or commerce related subjects. If you are doing something like an MBA or finance or accounting or things like that, you can see they are starting around 126,000 and then going all the way up until 425,000 pounds. So if you are still not convinced, this is another area which is more into health and medicine, that kind of a domain. You can see starting again from 100,000 pounds for clinical development physicians and up until chief medical officers 250,000 or above. So some of you are going for health related ones, some of you are into IT, some are into MBA, things like that. Wherever you are going in your path, you still have these opportunities. If you go and look at, you do all this research by yourself, you will find out these are the salaries in any of these fields. You can go beyond 100,000 pounds plus salary per annum. So if you remember my first slide, I was talking to you, in the UK, average salary is around 35,000, and we are talking about 100,000 plus salary, which is like 3 times, which means well above the average. So this is where we all want you to be. You are not just living as a student. This is how you are landing in 5 years time, 10 years time, if you have the proper planning. And that way, as a Sri Lankan student, your family is, if your family is here, you can help them as well as you can also have a better life. So if we are talking about your return on investment, most of you are ended up somewhere around this 15,000 pounds or even below when you are considering your course fee. So by average, if we take this audience, it might be somewhere around 15,000. Once you complete your first year, once you complete your graduate visa, 2-year post-study work visa, and during this period, remember, if you work for a proper professional job, you are not earning a part-time wage, you are earning a proper income, proper salary. So you have that opportunity during this 2 years period with that local experience, with that local education qualification. After 3 to 5 years time, this is a very achievable target where we all want you to be. So as Inhama initially said, as Harsha said, if you ended up being that student who's doing just the part-time job, you are ignoring all the networking opportunities you are getting, then you will never achieve this goal. but this goal is always there. The problem, most of the Sri Lankan students won't hit this target. I personally know. The reason is the moment you go there, you ended up having the typical cleaning job or the hospitality job or the Uber driving job or the Uber delivery job. That's fine for your first year, for your first 6 months. That's fine. I personally did all those jobs when I was a student, but that is not the end of the story. You have to make sure you are targeting for these higher goals. That part-time job will only be helpful during your first year. You have to make sure once the first year is done, during the PSW period, you are going through a proper journey, you are meeting proper professional people and expand your network so that you can end up here, so that you have a best return on investment. You are just investing 15,000 pounds or even below, but in 1 year or maybe in 2 to 3 months time, if you are in this category of a salary, you can easily recover that amount when you are in a proper job. So that's the goal and the message we want to pass. So how to do this? Now, the reason why you are not hearing this from most of the students, and why most of the students who are going overseas not telling you this story, they have never seen that, they have never gone through that journey, and they don't know how to do that. Because as we all explained, you all are only connected with the Sri Lankan community who are earning that average income or below. They only go through the Sri Lankan news or through the Sri Lankan gossips or through the same social media, blaming others, talking others faults and things like that. You will never ever come to this level. So you have to have that global mindset if you are planning to come to this level. So if you go and ended up talking to the same person, you will be part of that person. So as a student, make sure you are going to grab a global opportunity. So have that growth mindset. Make sure you embrace new challenges. If there's a new challenge, someone tells you, okay, you have 2 years work experience, why won't you come and work with me? I will pay you this amount to get this professional job. So just go and grab that opportunity. Learn from your failures. Maybe the first few months would be really tough, really challenging. You might need a lot of time to learn new skills. Put that effort. Fail fast, but you have to wake up again, and then you have to go to the next day. You never want, the moment you fail, you never sit back and be sad and thinking, oh, I failed, I don't know what to do. Because in the UK, you are away from your family, no one will come to save you. So that's the reality. And also be persistent, be consistent, do this thing daily. Every day you have to wake up, you have to go to your part-time job. The first few months you have to do your studies, you have to do your assignments, you have to cook your food, you have to do your laundry by yourself, you have to do your grocery shopping, you have to do everything. No one is there. So you have to have that growth mindset during this first year, and then as you grow. Then strategic networking, this was covered through the previous presentations. Build relationships, that's really important. Have that network, go talk to new people, use LinkedIn and other social media effectively. If you need any help, you can talk to us as well, or we can connect with us. Just see how the profiles are and get your profiles updated. Make sure you use these tools effectively and make meaningful connections rather than wasting your times. It's okay to have fun, it's okay to go out with your friends at night, maybe once a week, but be mindful, have meaningful connections. Don't get yourself to the extreme ends, where we have personally seen people ended up having drugs, or spending too much money and getting into the trap of debt. You are spending so much on unwanted things as a student, and then you have your credit card bills going up to the roof, and then you can't come out of that. So never get into that trap, because when you go to a country like this, there are so many ways to spend money out of your pocket. Even in Sri Lanka, if you want to spend money, you have hundreds of methods. But if you want to earn a pound, there are only a few ways, right? So make sure you save each and every pound when you are there. Also build your network mindfully, strategically. Mentorship and guidance, as Inama was saying, you have student support team. As Harsha was saying, even at all the universities, you have student support teams. Go talk to them. Also, if you can find a mentor well beyond that, who has gone through these journeys, who have earned £100,000 or more, connect with those people through LinkedIn. You might have so many opportunities to connect to people like leaders, company CEOs, people like that. Don't just send a connection request and ask them for a job. Just build that rapport, build that connection slowly, talk to them time to time, have that networking. Then, as I said in the previous one, go for a coffee catch up, go for a tea break with them, have a little chat and build that network. That's really important. Seek career advice again from professionals, and those who have done that, never go and ask from a person who is doing an average job how to go into this 100,000 pounds or a six-figure salary. So make sure you build those strong relationships and use them wisely. Personal branding, this is also really important. Stand out from the crowd. How you brand yourself, what are your strengths. All of you have few years of professional experience, so build your brand, showcase what are your capabilities, how you can use that in the UK. So build the brand always and be consistent. Also, Inhama made a very good point about a student taken as a case study, and she said how that student is not doing these odd jobs but doing a part-time work through online. So if you are tech savvy, these kind of options are there. Entrepreneurial thinking, innovate within roles and seize new opportunities, consider side projects. As she clearly said, the student picks students from other places and comes and drops. So those kind of innovative, out of the box thinking, do those kind of things. If you are not 100% tech savvy, learn a new skill. There are so many opportunities. And maybe, for an example, if you are in the hospitality industry, you don't have to go and work for another hotel, but maybe you have the same management experience. You can go and market them. You can tell them, hey, I work for these kind of star level hotels, can I come and help you? Just tell them that you want to help them, not that you want to earn some salary. Just go and tell them, this is what I can bring you, and if you feel this is valuable, then you can offer me a wage based on that. So be open and show what you're capable of, and then you go and market yourself. And work-life integration for long-term success, that is really important. So balance your work and life. As all the other speakers mentioned, you have the tools and technologies, so connected with your family, friends, relatives in Sri Lanka as well. Avoid burnout. This is going to be a very challenging and stressful time as well, but it will be rewarded. So have that in your mind, but make sure you are in the process daily and prioritize your health. Go out to the sunlight, don't stay outside always. Go for a walk if you are a gym person, or if not, maybe go do some weights, some cardio. Just get your health as a priority. Make sure you don't eat all the junk food. Just reduce all the sugar and things like that. Prioritize on your health, because that's number one. One thing is, there is no one to help you if something goes wrong, and the other thing is, it's really expensive. Although you have your student health, that's true, but some things are not covered. So that's why even I asked you to go and have a look at that. So prioritize your health, make wise decisions, and look after yourself. So as I earlier mentioned, you all are here today because you took the action. So action is the foundational key to all success. And we are really happy to see you here. We believe this presentation, this seminar was helpful to you, and all the speakers shared their thoughts and insights. And once again, thank you so much for joining us. And we want to see your growth, and we want to hear from you how you are succeeding in the UK. And maybe in 5 years time, 10 years time, I believe this presentation would help you. The day you hit your six-figure salary, you have to call us and tell you, hey, your presentation makes sense. I know this sounds very crazy now, but it is not, believe me. So the day you do that, you can call us and say, on the 1st September 2024, we had this presentation, and after 3 years, I'm hitting my first six-figure salary, and I just want to inform you, that's it. So maybe that day will be really happy to hear that, and we hope you got something valuable from this. And if you want to share some insights or some words, we are happy to take that. Or not, if not, you can talk to us during the lunch. Thank you so much.